Welcome back to another episode of Cars_Mad.
It's a pleasure to have you back on our channel. Thank you to all of our subscribers. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, we have one message for you.
Subscribe.
Go subscribe now. Like the other videos. Go check out what we've already done.
Yeah. And if you want to see some other videos, just click up here on the top right-hand corner of the screen. And you'll, wait, is it that side or that side? I don't know. It's hard to tell when you're filming the video.
Yeah, one or the other, or both. Who really knows? Here's the thing. We love at Cars_Mad talking about new cars to the market.
Yeah.
Telling you what we think is good about them, what might need improvement, letting you know a few of the insider information parts before you go and buy it for yourself. So today we're going to be talking about a special release, which is
the Kia Tasman.
The Kia Tasman.
We've talked about it previously on this channel. So let's start off with the design. So it kind of reminds me of a Jeep Gladiator, okay? Here's what it looks like. It looks a bit blocky. You can see those taillights are like kind of like the Jeep Gladiators. And then the headlights, they're mounted on the wheel arch, which is probably not so good for off-roading in case you smack it with a branch. But that's, you know, it's unique.
It's definitely unique.
And I think that's what they kind of had to do to make it stand out. It's bigger than the Ranger, so we'll be comparing it to the Ranger a lot because that's kind of a class leader. So let's move on to the engine though.
Yeah.
A 2.2 litre 4-cylinder diesel engine.
Which we've heard a lot of people are talking, will it be enough? Will it be powerful enough? Is it torquey enough?
I mean, enough. Like, cars used to have, like, a few less than 1 horsepower. I think, yes, it will be enough, but I don't know if that's really going to be the selling point, which is okay. If that's not the selling point, like, the rest of it's pretty good. So,
I mean, we already talked about
the 441 newton meters of torque. To give you an idea, the Ranger, let's compare it to the 4-cylinder Ranger. That has 500.
Yeah.
And then the V6 Ranger has 600 newton meters. And then...
So, worlds
that
above.
is class leading, though, so you can't really, like... You know, we're comparing, like, a new player to class leading, but they're... You know, you want to try and aim it to be class leading. So, yeah, and it has, like, 150 kilowatts of power or something. And, yeah, I just don't know if that will be enough. Like, I know it will be enough, but I just don't know if that will be enough to sell well.
Yeah. Look, it'll drive, right? And it'll do its job. We'll talk later about the towing capacity and how that might impact it, but it's a car with an engine that is a car engine that will drive the car. But I know a lot of people who are in the market for a ute
want torque.
They want torque and they want some power because off-roading is important. But we've already mentioned one thing with the headlights that may not be great for off-roading. Do you think this car has thought enough about off-roading? Do you think Kia have designed this with that in mind?
I think they've designed it with something in mind. Maybe, like, so there's 3 model trims. There's, like, the base spec, the X-Line, and the X-Pro. The X-Pro is, like, an off-road focus model, and the X-Line is kind of like a mid-spec model. And I think that, yeah, Kia have certainly thought about it. We've already seen that the X-Pro is possibly going to have, like, recovery points. It's not going to be a Raptor, but it might be like a Wild Track.
Yeah, okay. And what do we know yet the price points of the 3 specs you've just mentioned?
No, we don't. Kia may have released them and we just didn't look, but no.
Because I think that's going to be an area of contention. We spoke about the unique design. The Chinese are currently doing what looks like the Rangers at a much lower price point.
Yeah.
Kia are obviously not going to go low because they don't do that.
I mean, they do to a point, but they're kind of moving on to become more of a premium brand. So, yeah, I think that's interesting. But let's have a look at the interior, because the interior is pretty cool.
It is luxe.
Yeah, so what Kia have done is, here's a picture for you. They've plonked the EV9 screen into it, basically. So on the Ranger, you have a big 12-inch screen, portrait, and then you also have climate controls underneath, whereas Kia has 2 12.3-inch screens and one 5-inch screen. And then they have a few little controls through the, like, physical controls, but most of it's done through the screen. So I think it's great, a great system. I've been in an EV9. It's really good.
It'll be a comfortable ride. It'll feel luxurious. I mean, gone are the days of, utes being the
Yeah.
workman's car. Now it's a family car. It's a luxurious drive. It's a beautiful place to sit and to go on a road trip.
I think that Kia have nailed the interior. It also has rear seat, like under the rear seats, kind of like the Ranger. It has storage, 33 litres of storage under the seat, which is class leading, as Kia claim. Kia claim the Tasman is class leading, but, we'll see about that. But I think that,
We're just interested to see how sales go, really, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we're looking at it, seeing the positives. It could be a great car. Like we said, it's a new, unique look. The interior is really nice. It's going to drive well enough on the motor. There's a few more things, but we want to know, will people buy this over the other utes?
Let us know in the comments below is if you had to pick between the Kia Tasman and the Ford Ranger bi-turbo, which one would you pick? Yeah. I'll put a poll up on our community tab in our channel, and you can decide for yourself,
Absolutely. So we did talk about the engine and the power and the torque. Let's talk towing.
So Kia claims a towing capacity of 3.5 tons. So load carry, the rear tub is bigger than the Ranger. So
and deeper too, I think, right? It's
deeper,
actually
wider, and slightly longer, but not quite as wide between the wheel arches.
Okay.
But that's,
it'll carry some
pretty good.
Good things for you back there.
Yeah.
You'll help a lot of people move houses. You'll be able to store furniture. You'll do a lot of good things with that ute.
Exactly. And then also they have decided that they'll build a lower payload. So the payload is over 1 ton. But if you want to get it on a novated lease, the vehicle has to have a payload below 1 ton. So they're offering a model for novated leases.
Gotcha.
Which has an under 1 ton payload for
I think that's smart because novated leases are becoming very popular.
Yeah, and also if you probably don't want to be on a novated lease, even if you're on one, but you can get one, which is good. And you can also just buy one that's better because you don't want to have to compromise just for people with novated leases. So I think that's an excellent solution, I think.
That's towing. We've kind of spoken about the what's the weight of the car? Do we have those numbers yet?
What's the weight? I don't know.
I'm going to assume it's probably a bit heavier than a Ranger. You think it's bigger?
I think it's actually slightly lighter.
Okay, so the materials must be lighter, which is...
Yeah, they probably made more out of aluminium. Anyway, that's enough for today. If you like the look of the Kia Tasman, tell us in the comments below, are there any things that you hate? Have you seen one in person?
That would be cool. I know that here in Tasmania where we live, it actually was unveiled here.
Yeah.
And so there may be some locals who got to see a bit of a sneak peek of the Tasman.
Exactly. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to watch some other videos, just
let us know. We'll take it.